anything you can do, I can do better.
Phillies and Gentlecolts, I welcome you to another edition of Pony Fanfiction Theater. I'm your host Nate, I'll be your narrator, and with me is Mr. Aaron here.
Yeah, Aaron, so...
John.
And CJ.
CJ.
And that guy who pronounces everything wrong.
John.
Yeah,
And
that guy.
I am that guy that started everything with Clawfix.
Yeah. And we're gonna be reading. And we're gonna read an very odd story that I discovered early today. It's called Airshipping is Magic, and basically it's about it's Twilight Sparkle and Trixie, but they're blimps.
Oh,
I
so,
read the
so you've already read
so
it, huh?
second.
So you know what's gonna happen? Oh, okay.
I already read a couple lines, and it's basically they are blimps. Plus, they have a picture of it. Anyways,
And they screw each other.
I don't know about that, but anyways, you can read along if you like in the description. Let's begin. The morning air was crisp and cool, with barely a breeze blowing. The sky was a crystal blue, and the rays of the sun played lazily across the green countryside. It was a perfect day, thought Twilight Blimple, for a flight. The little purple sparkly blimp rose into the air, enjoying the wind as it played across her surface. Her propeller spun into life as she turned in a westerly direction. The fluted spire that jutted out from her control deck pointed the way. Twilight wasn't a big blimp. Her gas bag was large but stubby, her fins small and protruding, and her purple gondola cabin was slung almost
Sure, that's
apologetically
Continue.
underneath. Growing up as a little balloon in the big city, she had always been jealous of the other airships, who had always seemed to be more graceful than she. But soon study had paid off. Today she was on an important mission. Today she had to ferry vital medical aid across Air Equestria. A hailstorm had hit the town of Hull, and punctured repair kits were urgently needed. Half of the kits were now safely stored in her cargo hold. The other half were being delivered by some blimp else. As her engine chugged softly across the landscape, Twilight wondered who would be joining her on this mission of mercy. She knew Arity was busy designing new fashionable
Moorings.
and rainbow what the hell? What kind of a last name?
Dirigible. Dirigible, I think.
Dirigible? What the hell?
Sure, let's go with dirigible.
Was taking part in a race. Perhaps this would be a chance to make another friend and provide the contents of another friendship report to HMA Celestia. Her thoughts were interrupted as a shadow fell across her. The pleasant sounds of her engines and the general noise of nature was drowned out by a powerful thrumming. As above Twilight, a huge shape powered into view. Twilight shrank back. A newcomer was massive silver and blue zeppelin, over 300 meters long, and covered in magnificent fins, with a smooth, sleek undercarriage that had a tiny purple cloak attached. On the side it was the legend, Die Gopahach und Matach Trixieberg. Well, if it isn't Twilight Blimple, purred the huge airship, as Twilight found herself buffeted in its wake. It seems they wanted me to give some entertainment for my important mission. Trixieberg, Twilight hissed upwards, as she unsteadily gained altitude to fly to window level with her new companion. This is bigger than our rivalry. The poor citizens of Hull will deflate if we don't get there soon. Besides, I'm carrying just as much cargo as you. Trixieberg's eyes turned in Twilight's direction, and Twilight thought she could see a flicker of a smile fall across her cabin. Oh yes, Twilight, I forgot. You have a very spacious rear cargo bay. Twilight blushed a bright crimson, revving up her motors to attempt to outpace Trixieberg. It was no use. Leave my aft out of this, she protested. Trixieberg just laughed, and she banked sharply to push Twilight out of the way, knocking the little blimp into a spin. Come on, Twilight, she mocked. Trixieberg waits for no blimp. Who wants to read?
Okay.
Oh, Cameron called first. Go.
Punch him in the face. I don't care.
The next few hours, the next few hours of the journeys passed in awkward silence, with just the buzzing of engines to fill the void. As night fell, both airships found their gas bags cooling, causing their altitudes to drop. Out of necessity, they huddled together for warmth.
Great
Twilight
pronunciation.
eyed Trixie Berg suspiciously.
Suspiciously.
It had barely been a month since the boastful Zeppelin had sailed into town, mocking her friends and showing off about how she had defeated an Ursa, a Major Ursa. Major Ursa was a semi-mythical beast that resembled a red biplane. Any airships lived in fear of its dangerous machine guns. Two little balloons had traveled to the forest and woken up a baby Ursa, and it was only through Twilight Purple's quick thinking that the town was saved. Trixie Berg had flown away in shame. Twilight hadn't broached the subject yet. She imagined Trixie Berg was still bitter from the experience. Oddly enough, Trixie Berg, who broke the long silence, I never said thank you, Twilight. Twilight blinked. The writers were turning inside. What?
Stop.
Trixie Berg blinked.
Stop. Aaron, would you continue?
Oh, of course. Trixie Berg banked slightly. I was out of order, and you saved me. It hadn't been a good year for me. I shouldn't have flown off like that. I was glad it was you, Twilight. Twilight bobbed a bit higher at this revelation. This was a side of Trixie Berg she hadn't expected. You're sorry? She stammered. I mean, I thought... Trixie Berg cast her eyes down. I've always been brash to hide my feelings, and I guess I'm extra brash with you, because my feelings for you are extra strong. At this, Trixie Berg did something Twilight would never have expected. She banked back towards Twilight, swinging herself around, her cabin pressed against Twilight's in an impassionate kiss.
How does that work?
What? I don't know.
How does that work?
I don't know. I think what happens like the like they like merge. I don't know. Speculation. I don't know.
Like birds, you said.
Yeah, like they're like birds, graceful and yet awkward. Twilight felt her engine thumping hard. Blushing at this, she felt herself returning the kiss, her fins moving across Trixie Berg's nassals, her gas bag rubbing tenderly against Trixie Berg's rigid frame as they embraced. Nassals.
Alright, my turn.
Yeah.
I had no idea, Twilight gasped, her propellers spinning harder than ever at every touch. How could such a magnificent airship like Trixie Berg possibly love a dumpy little blimp like her? This was like one of the romance novels she used to pursue back in her hangar, an impassioned tryst on a starry night.
Starry.
Get it right, God!
You know, you guys are really becoming like me. You're starting to mispronounce
Okay,
words.
sure, whatever. Anyways, I've always loved you, Twilight, Trixie Berg smiled. Ever since that first meeting when you floated into view, your little ducting...
Yeah.
Is it ducting?
Yeah.
Ducting, yeah.
Ducting fans.
Fins bob up and down.
The way your fins pop up and down, you're just perfect. Twilight's purple cabin blushed bright red, harder than ever before. Trixie Berg, she whispered shyly, "Do you want to mid-air refuel?"
What the hell does that mean?
Let's read on and continue. Trixie Berg grinned. Oh, Twilight, you're so vanilla. I was thinking more about some talking. Twilight, gasped by the allure of the powerful Zeppelin, was too much for her. She floated up beneath Trixie Berg and opened her cargo bay door. Trembling, soon she felt Trixie Berg's gangplank extending, grappling onto her.
Good Lord.
Oh my god, they're having sex!
What are we reading?
Blimp sex!
Hey, how did you get a hold of my fanfic? Hey, hold on. How the hell did they get a hand on my fanfics of Twilight and me?
Let's continue.
Cameron, continue.
I'll do it.
And no, people, I don't actually read these, and I don't make clapfics, people.
Oh, Trixie Berg, Twilight cried. The little blimp bobbing up and down softly beneath the impassioned huge Zeppelin bored me.
Fuck you, dude. You took my line. As Twilight became lost in her passion, she did not notice Trixie Berg decoupling or the swoosh as the Zeppelin started to ascend higher into the sky. She did, however, notice herself getting heavier as she dipped down towards the ground, struggling to give herself some lift. I don't understand, she wondered loudly, and then gasped in realization. Trixie Berg had unloaded her cargo into her. See you later, loser. My Trixie Berg as the majestic
Zeppelin climbed higher and higher. He delivered all the cargo to the hull. The great and powerful Trixieberg has far more important things to do. Twilight looked longingly into the sky as Trixieberg sailed away into the stars. A single tear rolled down her cabin. "I'll see you again," she sobbed after the parting Zeppelin. Oh, what huge vanity.
And that's the end.
That's how it ends, bro.
Oh my god.
This is a dude. It says it's this guy's entry for the thing.